For costal dysfunctions exhibiting posterior tender points, we're going to work right down a little lateral of the costotransverse articulations on the ribs. And for the first rib, we're going to work into a combination of a little pump handle and bucket handle to try to make this rib move more into its inhalation dysfunction. As said in the earlier segments, Jones talked about elevated and depressed ribs, and he related these posterior tender point related to the somatic dysfunction more towards a elevated rib, which by today's standards would be inhalation dysfunction. So as it's an indirect technique, we're going to try to increase the rib's movement through its inhalation motion. So to do this, we palpate the rib, and we're going to be trying to utilize tension in the musculature, mostly the scalenes, and we're going to side bend away from that as well as extend back and then rotate to catch the scalenes to get this rib to pull upwards. Okay. Now some people like to put their leg up under the patient like so and get in like this to help and drop this arm down so that we're going to get the shoulder coming up, and as I move the head over I get a good side bending away effect. So the first thing we're going to do is just sort of bring the head back to sort of engage that area, and I'm going to side bend the head to the left now. And I'm going to rotate the head to the right, which is rotation 2. So it's E-SART as one of the memory little devices. So now I've engaged those scalenes and I'm pulling that rib on the right upwards into an inhalation motion. Okay, typical as we did the others, designate it as a 10 when you start, then take it into the position. When you think you have it, recheck, see if it's diminished to 0 hopefully, hold for 30 seconds. Recheck again, see if you have to fine tune it in any way. Hold it for another 60 seconds. As we said in the other segments, Jones talked about 120 seconds for ribs, which is something that you'd probably answer in a written test, but clinically it really does work at 90 seconds like all the other areas. And then after that period of time, we're going to slowly bring the patient back.